Heidi ho, my crafty friends. How are you today? So today, I thought we would try a new type of altered book. Now, I am going to link the original video that I saw this in for Bohemian Crafting because I am going to... I watched hers. I've watched her several times, and I'm kind of doing something a little bit different than what she does, but kind of sort of the same. Does that make sense? So what I've done here is, now she uses a soft covered book, just a paperback book. Well, I didn't have a paperback book, but I have this very old book. So if you have an old paperback book, just rip the cover off. Now you want to try to keep it in one piece like this, but you want to take the cover off and you want to keep as much of this on your binding as possible. Okay, so you want to keep as much of this on there as you possibly can after you take your soft cover off of your book. Okay, and now let me show you what I'm doing. Now in the beginning of the book, I've kept the front fly paper, and then I kept I kept 2 pages. And then the width of my ruler is just my regular metal ruler. I laid it down into here, and I just started tearing pages. Okay, and now I've worked my way through the book. Okay, and I'm going to show you what I'm doing. So I've torn some pages, and then I'm keeping 3 as I go, and I'm laying my ruler into the spine, and I'm just tearing out just a handful of pages. It's not going to come apart because these little short pages here are still attached to the book. Okay. And it does not matter how many you pull out because we're going to start gluing these together here shortly. Okay, so now I have a handful of these. Okay, so it doesn't matter how many you pull apart or pull out. And then I'm going to save 3. I'm going to turn them over, and I'm going to do that through the rest of the book. Now, I'm not going to make you watch me continue to do that. If you'll look through here, you'll see not all of it is the same. Okay? We'll make sure you can see that. I haven't pulled out the exact same amount, through the whole thing. But what I do want to do, I'm going to put my ruler there. I'm going to come in where I have pulled some of them out. I'm going to leave the first ones apart because I'm going to use those. These 3, I'm going to wait because I might decide to use those. But here, there are a lot of them. There are a lot. Now, I'm probably going to keep this one and this one. And as you and I start working on this little book, we may end up gluing these pages, these little tiny pages together. So I'm not going to worry about these. Now, this is easy peasy for a beginner. So beginners, pull out what you have. Pull out pieces of envelope, junk mail envelopes. Pull out this type of envelope. Pull out cards that maybe you have. So let me tell you what I don't have on my desk. Let me show you what I took off. I do not have ink. I do not have stamps. I don't have anything like that. Okay, so that's what I have on my desk. I have some old doilies. I'm going to use these pages here. We're going to have I have an old tea bag, just a regular size tea bag. I got in my junk. Well, it's not junk. I got in, this was just given to me by a friend, and I might use this. It's just supposed to be a little postcard, and I might put it, right up in here, and just put it right there. This is a little pocket, and I'll probably attach that to one of these. Oh, here's a full-size envelope. Well, we'll use that, of course. And there's some fabric. just all kinds of stuff like that. So pull out your stuff, just your stuff, okay? But I'm not going to use any ink on mine because, you know, beginners sometimes don't have ink. Pull out maybe some thread. If you have sewing thread, pull out some thread, things like that. So I'm going to try to make this a beginner's journal. Make it easy for you so that you can have some fun. I've got scraps sitting here, just scraps. I'm going to try to make it fun and easy for everyone. So I'm going to finish on this, just pulling out some of these, and then we are going to get started. So I will be right back. Okay, I have reached the end of my book, and I have 1, 2, 3, and this is the last of the fly papers. So I'm going to leave those. And these are the pages that I've torn. Now this is an old book. Let me see if, I think I still have the page that says the age of the book in here. Maybe. I don't think I tore it out. 1927 is how old this book is. So the paper is very soft and very old. So the first thing I want to do is, I've been trying to decide, do I want to cover this? I think I do. And I'm going to use some tissue paper because I don't want it to be that dark. So I'm going to scoot. You know what? Actually, I need to adjust you guys. Now, I want to make sure you can see me. Okay, you can. So I'm just folding up. I'm just getting this tissue. This is just some coffee-dyed tissue paper that I had in my stash. You know, this is a good time to raid your stash. You know, just for all the little things that maybe you have. And if you're a beginner, magazine pictures are going to work good for this. Okay, so. All right, so I just need a piece that's going to fit for this. Napkins will work very well. Okay, so I just want a piece to cover this. I think I want this side. Let's use this. The one thing that is going to stay on my desk is going to be my ruler because I will use that a lot throughout this process. My ruler and my scissors. Okay, now this will be a multi-video thing, of course, like all of them that I do. And I probably will use some of my napkins on a page or maybe in a project. And here we go. Right there. And I'm thinking I might want to double this. Well, this is a little thin, but it might work out okay. That might work out okay on that paper. Now, I'm just going to use my glue stick to glue it over that picture. Okay, now I'm going to glue this tissue over this picture. Just like this. And if it gets bubbles, it gets bubbles. I don't care. Now you can still see it a little bit. That's okay. Now underneath here, I want to glue this page to this page. Oops. And it is just wiggling around everywhere. Okay. Okay, so now my first 2 pages are now 1 page. This is now 1 page. Okay, so I want to try to lay that down maybe and get that down a little bit better. And I don't mind that it sticks out. This isn't going to be one of those prissy journals. There we go. Now, let's see. I think I need a little bit up here in the corner. I'll come back to it after the rest of it dries. Okay, so let's see what we have here. So we have this. I'm going to leave that. I like that picture, so I might just glue this to this. But, yeah, I think that will make it a little bit firmer. So let's go on and do that. And I think to do that, I'm going to lay it down this way. So some of the items for this project that you're going to need your glue stick, your ruler, your scissors, and your stuff. Whoops! And I just tore that off, so I am definitely going to have to be a little more careful. But that's all right. I'm not going to worry about that right now, because this will hold it together. Okay, I need to be more careful gluing. There. That will hold that page together. Now, I can go on and just tear this page out. I don't need this page. There. Just like that. These pages are now a lot firmer. Now, in here, on our first 3 that are in here, remember that little postcard I showed you? I want to put this, I think I want to put this up here, like that. But I also want to put an envelope in here, like maybe in here. But I think I want it down here. Okay, now I have no, that's too big. Now I have other little, you know what I'm talking about. I know you do. Right here, I think that will fit on there. So let's get some and put them on there. Okay. Now I also have out my little fabric box. Okay. Okay, so let's see. What little pocket do we have that will fit on there? I should have a little pocket that will fit on there. I think I might want a bigger one. No, I don't want that one. Now you can't see that one. It just kind of disappears, doesn't it? That one's too big, but I think we will use that one. Now, that one would be a good one, but I just saw another one that was, and I want to use that too. Now, where's the other one I saw? Oh, well. Okay, we're going to use this one. So let's go on and put this on here. Now, underneath this, before I put this down, I do, get off of there. Now, that's the back, okay. I want to put this up here toward the front so we can see it like that. Okay, and I'm just going to use my art glitter glue to put this in. And I'm going to put it right here between, I have 3. 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to put this between these down here, but I'm going to glue it all the way closed. So let's go on and put our glue in here. Now, you can use your glue stick if you choose. And I'm wondering if glue stick would not have been the better choice on this paper. Let's try it and see. I want it right there. There. Now I've glued that closed right there. Now up here, I want to put my little postcard. And I'm going to glue this closed, completely closed here. And I am going to use my glue stick to glue this closed. And it will flip like that. This will go here. Now, if you want to use your inks and ink this up, you feel free to do so. And as we make other, I don't think I have enough on there. As we make other things, I may use that for things for the bigger pages. But for these little flaps, I don't think I'm going to. Here we go. That is going to go there. There we go. So now we have this. Oh dear, I should not have. Oh well, that's okay. Because now I can't get to that. Somebody should have been yelling at me. Oh, that's not what I wanted. This is the one I wanted. Because now I can't get to it. Come on, Lori, wake up. Wake up, girly girl. There. This needs to stay open. So I can flip that and then get to that. So what, here, we could put this back here. Okay. You see, I'm already not paying attention. Okay, so I have that, and that, and that, which is an envelope, and I can put whatever I choose in my envelope. Okay, now on here, we're going to come back to these bigger pages. I'm going to leave these, because there are 3, so we'll leave these. On here, I want to glue some of these together, because these are very thin, so I want to glue some of these together. Doesn't mean we won't use them as little flips like we just did. I just want them to stay strong. Okay, so right there, that would be 1. And then I would glue this 2 together. And then this one would be 2. So where there's a bulk of them, I'll glue some of them together. That will help keep them a little bit stronger. So I'm not pulling them apart. Okay. So now I have this one, and they're a little bit stronger than just that really, this is just really thin, soft paper. And I'll do the same with this and this. And then I'll have this, and I can do something with this. See how it's coming apart from the book down here. See how it's coming apart? Okay. So, and then the big pages is where we'll create something else, where we can put something like that, but that's a little bit big for this tiny book. Okay. But we could put something like this in here. Is it going the right way? Yeah, we could put something like that on that page. You know, that opens. Okay. Now, let's see what else we have here. And I'm going to glue some of these pages together. Okay. So some of the pages that you took out, you're going to want to glue them together. That will make them stronger also. So I'm going to glue a couple of these together. Okay, come here. Okay, now I want to use this. Now I have, here it is. I have this. This is just, I think this is a 4-inch doily. Yes, this is a little 4-inch doily. This. Now I want to take this on this bigger page here. And I want to put that back there. Now I'm going to have to use this for this pocket. And this just came out of my pocket box that I'm always telling you guys about. Okay, there will be a playlist created for this so that you can follow along. And it will be called the June Altered Book Combo. Okay, so this can sit down here. There we go. Just like that. Okay, so now we have a pocket up there. We have a pocket down here. And we have that pocket up there, like that. Okay, I think these have dried enough. We can put something on those. Now, on that, okay, this green goes along with that really well. So I want to attach some of this green in here. Like that. Let's see what we have here. Okay, what do we want to attach to that? Okay, I need to move this over here out of the way. All right, so this is made out of packaging. Let's see, what do we want to add? We have more pockets here. This is a library pocket that we made. I'm thinking a library pocket with a flip would be good. But I'm thinking I would also like to I can't get that folded straight. Thinking I would like a library pocket, but to have a green flip on it on this page like that. I think that's what I would like on that page. this is too long. Well, we'll trim it. Let's go on and add this to this page. Okay, so let's trim that library pocket off. Or trim this off right here, I mean. There we go. We don't need that. And let's get this pushed down really well. Now, this library pocket is going to go here, and I have a little coin pocket. That could go there, or we could put it up here all by itself. But he needs something on it. You know, right now he's just kind of, you know, hanging out doing nothing. Let's see these little scraps we have. Now this is a little bookmark. That's a little tag. I don't want that. Let's see what little scraps we have for it. Get up there. What about that? Okay, where's that going to cut that tree at? Okay, let's put this little piece of paper on here. Okay, I'm trying to see where it's going to fit here. Right there. Okay. Okay, I'm just using my glue stick to put this down and make sure I've got it going up in the right direction. Let me make sure I have it in the right spot here. Get him straight. Okay. Okay, now, oh, but for crying out loud, I put it on the wrong side, didn't I? I was expecting it to be on the side that, I was expecting it to be over here, and I put it over there. Well, Lori, you're not one of the smarter gems, are you, girly? All right, so what are we going to put on that side? Holy guacamole, girly. Maybe we'll put doodles on it. No, doodles don't go. Holy cow. You know, sometimes do you all wonder where my brain might be? I seem to. I seem to. All right, maybe we'll put it. Good gracious sakes alive. All right, if you're going there, and you're going up there, and then we're flipping you, you still need something. Wait, right there, right there. Right there. Right there. Okay. Okay. Now, how about we try this one more time? Shall we? All right, let's put this in here. Come on, come on. Now you can use any glue that you'd like for this. You can use Elmer's. You can use your Fabri-Tac. You can use any glue you choose for your projects. This just happens to be the one that's sitting here on my desk. Okay, this is going to go this way, except I don't want it all the way down. Okay. You can use your, I think it's tacky glue. Use whatever you choose. Okay, so there we go. So now we have a pocket right here in our, oops, I don't think you can see that, can you? I'm sorry. We have our pocket in our library pocket, which is right here. Plus we have a little pocket right here. If I didn't glue it closed. Oh dear, I think I might have glued it closed. Oops, I need to glue that closed. Uh-oh, I think I glued the pocket closed. Uh-oh, I think I glued it closed. There it is. And we have our pocket there. So I need to trim the top of this off. Let's go on and trim that right across there. There we go. And then we have our pocket there. And I can probably trim this down a little bit more. Like that. And then we have a pocket there. Okay. Just like that. Okay, so now we have that one done. All right, so let's get a little more, put another little shot of glue right here. Right across the top here. Make sure this stays down. Okay, make sure that one stays down. Okay, so here's that flap. Now, back here on one set of these papers, 1, 2, I think I want to do it more to the middle. I want to fold this, and I'm actually going to fold it in the other way. So you're going to take where one of your pages of 3, you're going to fold it halfway like this. Okay. Now, if you have a 1-inch punch, you can use it. If you don't have it, then, then figure out another way. Use a coin and punch your 3 circles, okay? But now we have 3 little pockets here. Now this will be one that I will ink, or I'll use something to highlight these. And then over here, I will have, and I'm going to put a paper clip on this. Right here, I'll have 3 more pockets. I will have one here, here, and here. So I'll have 6 little pockets, 3 here and 3 here. Okay? Just like that. So that's paper clipped, so that now I'm not going to do anything yet because I want to put down some tissue or something underneath here. And that'll be something that once I do it, I can't work in my book anymore because this has to dry before I can do anything else. All right, so let's make sure that we're done in our book before we do that. So let's see what our time is. Okay, so I'm going to put that down. I'm going to grab my matte medium, and I'm just going to grab, let's see, I'm just going to grab my brush here, and I'm going to grab a clamp because I need to hold my pages apart. Okay, so I'm going to use this paper clip to hold these together. And I'm going to put this clamp over here. And you know what? A clamp probably would work over here too. So let's put a clamp. Let's put one down there to keep them from flopping over. So in all of my stuff, I've got this ideology tissue. Now I also have this one that's got the, it's got the documents and the flowers. And maybe I'll use it. It's got a little more color to it. I think I'll use that one. What's this one? Yeah, I think I'll use that one. It's got a little more color to it. Now, to use this stuff, it's just printed tissue paper. See, it's just printed tissue paper. That's all it is. And I love using it, but it sits here in a drawer next to me, and I always forget it's there. So, I think we are going to use it. Now, once you get it on, of course, you can't do anything else in your book until it's dried. Because, you know how decoupage is. You have to let it dry. So we are going to put some on. So I'm just putting this all over my page, and I'm not being real precious with it. I'm just putting it everywhere. It doesn't matter if it's a little bit thicker here, a little bit thinner there. I'll come back to it. Trying to make sure I've got it even. You want to make sure you have it around the edges. And my pages are so dry that they're just soaking it up. As you can see, I didn't reach the bottom with it, so that's what I'm doing. I'm putting a second piece on. Okay. There we go. Deal with that in a minute. Now let's tuck this in. Okay. And then go over the top. Now, once you go over the top, you need to make sure that you've got all of it covered. Okay, take that off of there. And don't touch your wet spots because you will stick to it. Okay. And I think if I trimmed off this bottom, it would be easier. There we go. Now let me stick this back in here. Missed some over here. Nope, that's the next page. I don't want to do the next page. Okay, so normally I would wait, but this is sticking to my other page, so I'm going to try to tear it very gently. Which I bet you're all out there yelling at me, don't do that, don't do that. And it's sticking to my page that's next to it, and I really don't want it to do that. There we go. I think I got it. Okay. Let me lift that page up here. Now, anything that I tore a little wampadoodled, you won't see. Okay. Let's make sure that that's down. Okay. Now I think I got everything down here. Now my edge, still needs trimmed a little bit. It's a little bit too long, but I won't mess with that until it's dry. Okay. So now I just need to let this dry for a really long time because my book page has just soaked it up. Alrighty. So I want to thank you guys for joining me today. This has been a lot of fun, and I think this is going to be a really fun project. Now, like I said, I will link Bohemian Crafter's video so that you can see everything that she does and how she creates her book. Um, Now, hers is done really quickly. She speeds hers up as she goes through it, but that way you can see what she's doing and the ideas. Now, my ideas are, of course, mine, but you'll be able to see what she's doing and kind of get a feel for the ideas that how to at least do the book, because she does show you how she does her book, puts her book together, or takes her book apart anyhow, and then recreates it to put it back together. So, because that is how I will be putting my book back together. I'll be following her instructions to put it back together. But the decorating will be all on us to do. So I'm glad you joined me today, and I hope that you come back here to the Ladybug Journals and have some fun with us, because I think this is going to be a fun project, and it's something that I've never done before. Never, ever. So this has just kind of got me in a little bit of a tizzy. It's like, oh gosh, now what? Now what? So, but I think we're going to have a good time, and I think creating this way kind of breaks us out of our mold and makes us think a little differently. So I'm looking forward to it, and I hope to see you again in our next video here on the Ladybug Journals. Until then, ta-ta for now.